there, let me know. I tried to do a live the other night and it did not work out as well as I had planned. This is hacking me off. I've got I turned chat on and I turned comments on my phone, and now that I'm watching this on YouTube, it says comments are turned off, which means I have to go back in and turn them on manually after this. Gary Kelshaw, how you doing, Gary? I hope you're doing good, bud. It's been a while since I've talked to you. Been a little bit of a crazy time in my life. I don't know about yours. Ariel, I played your whole live from yesterday or today. I did not get to watch it all. So good to see you back in action. So good to see you back in action, Ariel. It has been about the craziest of crazy weeks for me. Hey, Homestead, how are you? I tried to do a live the other night. Yeah, Ariel, it's real good to see you back. You don't know. I've missed you. But I tried to do a live the other night, and I couldn't really convey what I was trying to convey, and it was of a topic that really had not a lot to do with my channel. And so I ended up just scrapping it. Hey, Homestead Aquarius, how you doing? Good to see you here. I'll tell you about how bat guano crazy my week's been. I'm trying to get a construction project finished up at my house. And I'm not going to drop any names because I don't really think that's relevant in this case for YouTube. But anyway, I'm trying to get a hold of them because they haven't finished the project, even though they have been paid in full. They asked me if they could finish one thing next year, and I said sure. And it was just a little. It's just a little something, nothing major. And and I said sure, guys, no problem. I'm not a hard to deal with or hard to get along with guy. Then for the last 3 weeks, I've been trying to contact these people, and they're not answering their phones. So I called the main office line, which is not the one they've asked me to call. They've asked me to call the foreman. I call the main office line, and this lady starts yelling at me about how I've slandered them, and I'm sitting there going, what the hell are you talking about? So I haven't slandered anyone. I don't know what she's talking about. Someone else left a negative review on their website or something, and this person that this company I spent all this money with is accusing me of doing it. So I'm just kind of laughing my head off at this point because I'm like, I haven't said nothing about you guys. I haven't left you guys any reviews. I really don't want to. About an hour after this, a buddy of mine comes by, wants to look at the project. I said, sure. And Oh, Gary, sorry to hear that. Definitely so sorry to hear that. Mr. J, what is horse poo? I don't understand that comment, Mr. J. You might try to explain that. Hey, SMR, how you doing? Anyway, Buddy comes by to look at the project, and I'm like, sure. And we go through all these different things. And the project itself was actually done really well. There were some hiccups along the way, some things that were deal breakers. I probably wouldn't use these people again, especially not after someone else leaves a negative review on their Facebook page and when I get a hold of them, maybe it's the timing, I don't know what, but they start accusing me of slander. The lady starts dropping the F-bomb on me. It's kind of quite hilarious. Oh, got you, Mr. J. I thought you were saying that I was being full of, you know what I mean. So I was kind of like taking that wrong at first, but I got you, Mr. J. We cool. We always been cool. But yeah, it's like make a major home improvement, then send other business their way, then they don't return your calls. And so you call like the supervisor's office and you get like a mad woman. Good God, it's been nuts. Yes, sir, we are good. And Gary, just to get back to you, man, I'll be praying for you, man. You're a bro, Gary. But yeah, but anyway, it's like, it's kind of like that's kind of how the whole freaking chaotic week started. My friend comes over and says, I may want to use them. This, and this doesn't matter. You know, the hiccup issues you had, you're going to have those on any project. I said, more or less, probably. A lot of it's supply chain stuff, I think, right now. I don't know. But, so I give him their number and say, man, call him, but dude, I told you about my experience, and a lot of it was positive. Not all of it, but a lot of it was. And they got like 95% of the work done. There's like 5% not done. And so my friend calls him and says, hey, I'm looking for, you guys to do for me what you did for him. Same kind of project, to the T. They go, okay, yeah, that's great. We'll take your information. 4 days later, they haven't called him back. I'm starting to wonder, like, has the whole damn world just gone insane? I mean, and I'm pointing at this one group of people that I've been dealing with. I put a lot of money into. Don't want to call them out by name. That's not what it's about. It's more about the whole principle, because I'm hearing the same thing about other companies, other products, other projects from quite a dadgum few people. It's like, people don't call us back, people don't respond, they tell you to text this number, you text that number, nobody answers. And I'm sitting there going, good God. And then exactly, Ariel, crazy times. Crazy times we be living in. Big shout out to my buddy Alexander Mihailov. I don't have him in my featured channels yet, but he does like really short and simple video. It's really cool. If you like nature and nature scenery, you're going to like his channel. I'm going to get him on my featured channel soon. Be thinking about that name because he could really use some subs and views. But anyway, right now I've got a rental vehicle. My wife's car finally came in. She actually ordered a new car. And we were down to like one vehicle for me, my wife, because my truck's still in the shop. And coffee sounds good. I wish I had some, even though it's too late for me to be drinking it. But we were down to one vehicle for me going this direction, my wife going that direction, and my wife helping her mom get to her doctor's appointments. Then all this construction stuff happens in the middle, and I'm sitting there going, like, okay, look at this person's profile picture. Why do you think that's me? It was just one of them hilarious things. Good gosh. And I want to just let it go. I don't want any bad will spread anyone's way. I generally don't leave bad reviews. I'll call a customer service hotline if I have to. Something like you get bad tea from Quick Trip or something, I'll call the customer service line. I'm not gonna. That's just what I do. But anyway, but I did a live the other night. A lot of people have been asking me about it, and what it was I tried to capture the essence of what just happened out of another live because I had some stuff to add on to it. Unfortunately, they were not able to bring me on as a guest to their live. So I kind of tried to do my own and carry it, and I don't think it worked out well. So I just went ahead and nuked it. Once in a while you do something and it's just like, man, just delete it. Make another video, write it down, do it later. I think Solo was like the only person in the room, Solo and one other person. And that's okay. I mean, I've been drinking a lot of coffee lately. It's kind of funny y'all bring up coffee. Because, like, I'm an iced tea drinker, but, like, here lately, it's been coffee. Yeah, Mr. J, the wife kind of put some pressure on me to shave, and I figured, it's been like 2 years since I had. So I figured I would. But I'm going to let it grow back. But anyway, buddy of mine from California who's got a cool channel. It's called Creeping Things. He actually was out here in my state from his hometown of San Diego. And he's a field herp channel and reptile education channel. So a lot of you guys might like him. I might see if I can drop his link. Yeah, here. I think I can do this. Now he does not like all his stuff is made for kids. He doesn't do lives. He doesn't do anything with comments. The guy has kind of a different stance on some things than a lot of other people do. But he's an absolute amazing guy to hang out with. I was really glad we got to hook up for a couple of hours this morning. But Creeping Things is the name of his channel, and there's the link in the chat. I did want to give him a shout out while we were doing this live. And we actually went up to a lake north of town today and flipped rocks for snakes. It's about 55 degrees. It's been raining for like 2 days straight here. I think we're in another flood zone or another flood issue. I'm not saying anything right. I am so dadgum frazzled. Oh, hey, well, congratulations on the progress, Ariel. Hey, thank you, Gary. Man, I appreciate it. Owe you one. And man, dude, shoot me up on Instagram Messenger if you want to drop me some details. Now, keep in mind, I've got... And that's another reason I just thought, heck, come do a live. I can just link this to people. I've got about like 20 unread messages in my messenger on Instagram. It's like everybody's needed me this week, and I just have had so much going on that I haven't been around. Not meaning to ignore anybody. Not, not trying to blow anybody off. Not trying to say you're not important. One of my friends went through something really, I'll say really serious. He's kind of a private guy, so I'm not going to get into details. But he went through something really, really serious, life altering, I'll say that. And I feel like, I should have been on the phone with him for 4 hours this week, and I've barely been able to squeeze out 20 minutes with him just because we come and go at different hours. And agree, SIGs are the devil. And if you can get rid of the devil, by all means, do so. Hey, Mr. J, thank you for checking out Ariel's lives. I'm going to add you as a moderator over here, Mr. J, if that's okay with you. If it's not, tell me and I'll take it off. But just remember, all I do is try to keep profanity out of here. Hey, Life Freedom. I just finished watching your last one on the supply chain. I played it all through the other day when you were doing it live because Boats hit me up about it. But I didn't get to watch it and really pay attention to what that guy was saying. That was an amazing live. Check out Life Freedom. The supply chain crisis. And Life Freedom, feel free to drop a link. Feel free to drop a link to that video in this chat. Now, once again, it's not nature related. It's not reptile stuff. But I think it's worth watching. I think it's pretty actually scary stuff. God, I'm glad to hear some good news from some people. Ariel making progress, Ariel back online, Mr. J hooking up with Ariel, that stuff is good. Good stuff, man. Because after dealing with that contractor, I'm just going to call him a contractor. It's not really what I'd call him, but after dealing with that insanity part of last week, which Life Freedom, that's what me and Boats were talking about in chat the other night. She is Mr. J. Ariel is a joy to watch. She has a vibrant personality and she gets people going. I just wish we could do more lives together at the same time. Really, really do. Sadly, it doesn't always work. I am in Oklahoma. It's under 3 feet of water. And and I just heard it start raining again. But anyway, I'm all over the place tonight. Bear with me. I met Creeping Things, which is a guy named Nathan from San Diego. He does he releases about 3 or 4 videos a year, but they're always like top-notch good presentations. He doesn't do lives, doesn't do shorts. She is Gary, I agree. And it is kind of aimed at kids, and it does have a Christian slant to it, which doesn't bother me at all. He still finds some really amazing reptiles. Anyone could enjoy his videos if you ask me. But like I've known this guy for years, like through Facebook and stuff, or through Instagram, and finally getting to meet him face to face and meet his friend and one of his kids and actually go looking and finding some snakes was fun. Now, the weather was horrible for this. It's like he could not have picked a worse time to visit. The last, 3 weeks, it's been in the upper 80s and 90s. And then today, or this week, a cold front moved in, and it's been in the 50s. And it's cold and rainy and cloudy. And we all know that doesn't get things moving. Mr. J, I wish we could. The town directly south of me 2 weeks ago got 9 inches of rain in 2 hours. I think it was a state record. I don't think anywhere in the state has ever got that much rain in that short of amount of time. I want to say I heard on the news that was a state record. So I wish I could send some your way. because I know you guys got a drought going on in Utah, and the rain actually hit the western part of the state, and they're under a serious drought. So it's kind of like a good thing overall. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a pain. We haven't dried up from, the last situation. But anyway, we went hiking and right off the bat found a speckled king snake, which is not always an easy find. I mean, it's not the hardest thing to find. Very, very beautiful animal. Go Google speckled king snakes sometime. You just don't see them often. This one was hid under a rock. And then we found several scorpions, a couple of really big desert centipedes. Good stuff. And found a really cool black widow spider. Got video of it. Found quite a few lizards, some skinks that I haven't really been able to identify. I think they're either coal skinks or middle-aged five-line skinks. And Anyway, I'm kind of waiting some confirmation on INAT from some people, and I'm kind of going to see what I get before I pull all that video together. Then we flipped one rock and found about like 5 ringneck snakes under one rock. Not totally uncommon to do, especially this time of the year, but usually, it just doesn't happen that well. Got a ton of ticks all over me. Forgot to bring my bug spray. Thank God Nathan had some citronella. That kind of helped. And Anyway, I've been wrestling with Apple Pay. I've got one of my cards hooked up to Apple Pay because I'm trying to buy some stuff. But I also need to get that going because pretty soon I'm going to be selling some stuff. And there's a good chance that, people are going to want like Venmo, PayPal, or Apple Pay. And sadly to say, I'm a bit old-fashioned. I'm kind of a bit more like, send me a check. When it clears the bank, I'll ship. A lot of people aren't really into that. And I really need to kind of grow with the times anyway. Excuse me. I do encourage you guys to go watch Live Freedoms, live on the supply chain crisis. It is getting interesting. There's a lot of stuff in the media right now. I don't want to get into it on this show because it's just not what my channel's about. But like, if like a fraction of this stuff is true, it really has scary implications. So I would hit Life Freedoms if you want, if that sounds interesting to you. And please subscribe to Creeping Things. If you like my channel, you like reptile stuff, hit Creeping Things up. He's a good guy. He's had a channel for like, I don't know how far back his oldest video goes. Over 5 years. He's had a channel for over 5 years, and he's got like 157 subscribers. And the guy makes amazing videos, but he doesn't do comments. He doesn't do lives. He doesn't get into the whole interaction. And I understand the guy has some positions on things that like some people may not be into or may not agree with, but I mean, the guy still has great field herp finds. You can't beat it. And he's in San Diego County. And there's some good stuff down there. But if any one of you guys is an Apple Pay expert, please do hit me up on Instagram Messenger if you can, because I'm sitting there doing what like the tutorials are saying to do, and like everything is I mean, like I'm doing everything right, but it's like still not working. So I don't know. I had to call the bank today and they said I had to do this and that. And so I did this and that to the account. And, but anyway, it's just when I'm trying to like pay someone money, it's not working out. And it's going to, if it costs me the stuff I'm trying to buy, I'm going to be totally upset. See you sneaking in there, Andrew. How are you doing? Good to see you, Andrew. And hopefully, last roundup out of the way, which was last weekend in Okeen. With that out of the way, hopefully I can get some Friday nights back to normal and we can hook up. I've been you're fine. DEA, don't correct. I mean, well, you corrected it, but you didn't have to. I knew you were talking to me, but anyway, it's it's kind of been just kind of one of those crazy periods of time where my wife, and this ties into the whole supply chain thing. And I got your comment, Ariel. I almost called you Australian Ariel. It wouldn't be inaccurate. But me and my wife go to buy a car because she needs a new car because hers has got some problems. It's just time to buy a new car. We have to make that decision. None of us want to spend that kind of money, especially now because they're so dadgum high. You go to the dealership, you talk to the salesperson, and they tell you what color is available and what color will be coming in 6 weeks, and they've got one of them, and it's take it or leave it. Normally, like 2 years ago when we looked at the same model of cars, there was like 25 of like every model on the lot, different colors, different features, different this. It's like, no, if you're going to buy one, this is the one you want. If you want one exactly the way you want it, the color you want it, the features you want it, it's probably going to be 6 months. Ties back into the supply chain stuff, my guess. And I think the chip crisis is factoring into things. But anyway, I kind of figured it's been a while since I've done a live that like actually worked. Like I said, a lot of people are hitting me up saying, "Hey, I got a notification for your live. I went back to watch it. It wasn't there. Excuse me. It sucked. I scrapped it." Let's see what else is going on. I don't know. It's like most of you people know I'm a late night owl kind of person. Insomniac type. So like I get like 25 messages in the morning, like before 10. It's just like if I'm out of bed at 10, I'm actually doing good for the day. And excuse me, allergies are real bad this time of the year. And but anyway, so like I'm missing a lot of people. I've got a lot of friends going through a lot of crises. I'm trying to get back to them as I can. And people are like, "Hey, call me. I've got 6 o'clock open," and they let me know this at like 5:30, and it's like, "Ish, I'm not going to be free till 10." So I shoot them a message, "Hey, let me know if you'll be up for 2 hours." And just everybody's missing everybody. I'm not trying to ghost anybody. It's just the way it's working out. Yeah, exactly. DEA. It's kind of like my Tacoma. Like I've got a Tacoma that like I've been through hell and back with. It's been to Sweetwater a few times. It's been to all over the Southwest a few times, and it's doing really well until you get to the headlights. The headlights, there's something electrical going on, and I found out there was a recall that I never knew about. So I'm fighting with the dealership to get it fixed. I'm trying to get him to meet me halfway because like it was I wasn't having the problem while the recall was still in effect for that year of vehicle. So I'm kind of like, guys, you guys are having these problems with all these other vehicles. You ever want to buy me to buy one of these again? I mean, you're going to take care of this situation here and now. Don't know if it's going to happen or not, but keep fighting with people. I'm sick of fighting with people. I mean, I'm literally about ready to like move off the planet or to find a deserted island. Yeah, Ariel, is he talking about your DJI Osmo, your Pocket Osmo? Because that thing's pretty killer. Guys, go check out some video that Ariel shot, some of the time lapses and things she's done with the DJI Osmo. If that's what she's talking about, I'm going to say it's pretty killer. A little bit to learn, bit of a learning curve. But I'm dumping video tonight off my phone and off my GoPro from today's outing and the Okeen Festival. And I've got the most storage you can have in Google. And it's like, you must delete 3 emails to receive 1 email. And so I'm just going through all that. Like if I shoot something on my phone, film something or photograph something, I have to pretty much get rid of it. Or not get rid of it. I have to port it to my computer and store it on my hard drive then and there. Don't even have time to play with it. That happens. Exactly, DEA. I'm not wanting to get like too specific, but my wife's car was probably close to 50. And I encouraged her to get it because I'd rather have her get a new car than me right now. And the one I'm looking at, the one that I'm wanting to buy, I'm probably will go used and probably just slap an extended warranty on it. But yeah, it's like you're dropping 50 grand with these people, and it's almost like they're telling you, well, you're going to get red, you're going to get white. I want green. Well, you're not going to get green. Okay. I have to have 4-wheel drive. Well, okay. We can do that, but that's going to be an extra like 8 weeks. That kind of stuff. And it's just kind of like, places don't have inventory right now. And I get it. It ties back into all the stuff Joker was putting in his life. Really is some interesting stuff. I'm starting to think about changing my Rumble to more of a current issues type topic. So if you've got me subscribed on Rumble, you may want to unsubscribe me. So you may not agree with me, you may not like what I have to say, but I'm wanting to kind of venture into those waters. And snake videos don't get any views on Rumble anyway. Right. I totally agree, live, but like, here's the deal. My wife wanted like a solid blue or a solid black Volvo. We researched them. Anytime we spend any amount of money, we generally research the product as much as we can. Hey, Derek, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, Derek. I've been meaning to catch up to you. It's your sight for sore eyes, my bud. I might try to catch you on IG later if you're around. If not, I'll we'll catch up sometime. But anyway, yeah, like white is the worst color for a car. But exactly, DEA. That's the thing. Like a rant channel. Like, I'm pissed off about this. I don't care if it pisses you off. I don't care what you think about it. That kind of thing. Yeah, I cut all my hair off, Derek. I cut my hair off, my beard off, left a little mustache, gonna let the goatee grow back. Probably let the beard grow back at some point. But 2 weeks ago, guys, it was 92, 93 degrees in Oklahoma. Today it's like 49. It's just Oklahoma. They have this thing about Oklahoma. If you don't like the weather, stick around 5 minutes. It's going to change. And but anyway, yeah, it's like if you don't want a white car. You're right, live. You don't want a white car. But if you're getting to the point to where I've got to either buy something or spend money renting something, they're kind of like, well, we've got a white one coming in and we've got a beige one coming in. Which one do you want? Well, I want a blue. Okay, you're going to wait an additional 6 months, and the price may go up between here and there. It's just like that right now. DA, I saw that. I saw where Casper, Wyoming, went from 78 to 48 in 1 hour. 78 degrees Fahrenheit to 48 degrees Fahrenheit in 1 hour. And I think they said something like that might have been a record for them. Colorado Springs is under snow. It's under like a blanket of snow right now. It's just crazy. And DA, that we kind of that's kind of what we're going through down here, just on a lesser degree. It's like it's 90 degrees, and then it's 50, and I think it's wiping out. I don't want to say wiping out, but it's altering the reptilian behavior. The Great Spring Emergence happened down here, and for like 2 weeks, everybody saw everything. I mean, like literally, eastern hognoses are usually hard to find, and I'm on a page that identifies snakes in Oklahoma, and like people are seeing 20 not people are seeing 20 a day, but like there are 20 different reports of them, pictures of them coming in a day. And normally you see them, you see 2 or 3 a year. Like people are seeing 15. It's just kind of nutty. And now it's like everything's back underground and back under rocks. Hey, Iron Dog, man, I'm thinking about you. Was telling everybody earlier, I went herping earlier up by Skiatook earlier this morning, and came across a couple of heroes centipedes, Scolopendra heroes. That one I gave you, same species. Thought of you, and man, and Iron Dog, I've been thinking of you. I need to swing by your house or something, man. Need to make that happen soon. Or you need to swing by mine, one or the other. We need to do something. DA, I did. Those garter snakes were amazing. Gary Killshaw, you would have heard if I was not timed out on the Iron Dog show. Gary, why is everybody timing you out on the Iron Dog show? That's kind of that. I've noticed that it almost seems like it's a joke, but I don't know that it is. So I'm not in the loop. I haven't been in the loop. Hey, Iron Dog, get ready, because the next warm spell, I want to say we drive down south to the Okmulgee area, do some road cruising. Some good stuff will be moving. I feel like I'm in the dark. Iron Dog, I did catch your update the other day. Yours is like one of the few lives, reptile-wise, that I've been able to actually. Okay, this is important. I gotta make the time for this. And I hear what you're saying, bro. But man, everyone is gonna stay Iron Dog strong. End of discussion. I've made that decision. Yeah, Derek. No offense, Derek. I didn't catch your last live. I think I got in there and I think I might have played it, but I don't think I like followed it. Followed. Yes, I do support a lot of channels. I'm kind of looking at narrowing that down because I'm kind of getting to where who wants popularity? The more popular you are, just the more enemies you have. It almost seems like that. Life freedom, I agree. I'm not even a gecko person. I mean, I like geckos, they're neat, but man, DEA makes some freaking smoking hot geckos. Well, actually, the geckos make the geckos, but DEA knows how to put. Man, DEA knows stuff about reptiles I'll never understand if I study hard for the next 15 years, and I'm not going to study hard for the next 15 years. I may fall off the wagon and trade in Gatorade for Budweiser. It may happen tonight. Derek, I try to too, but that's kind of one of the things I've ran into was like, no offense to anybody here, but like I see other people hitting other people's lives or hitting other people's videos, and there's someone that I turn that person on to, and then they're not hitting mine anymore. So I'm sitting there going, and that, and I've kind of been just real busy the last few weeks, and I won't say dealing with burnout. I have released some roundup type videos on this channel. Made it to Waynoka for a few hours. Made it to Mangum for a few hours. Ran onto Senator James Langford in Mangum. That was an interesting thing. He was down there like announcing something. I literally took hissy fits and we drove to Mangum, and that's like a 4-hour drive from my area one way. Make a 4-hour drive, and we were down there about 2.5, 3 hours. Turn around, make a 4-hour drive back. Pretty crazy. Yeah, and YouTube notifications have just been sucking. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. I get down on YouTube, but then I also realize YouTube has a lot of good. They have a lot of things that are good. Iron Dog helped me see that. Chris, we love you, man. You know we're pulling for you. You know we'll be there with you. But yeah, but it's like, I live. I was looking for lives, Live Freedoms live the other day, because I thought someone told me it was going to happen, and then Boats, God, I'm surprised he's not here. Sent it to me on Messenger in Discord and said, man, hey, check it out. It's going down. So I was able to get in there. And I think Miss Lady and Mickey and some of them were a little shocked to like see me actually in the live at the time of the live. I need to check that chat more often. And you're right, it is like an incredibly busy season. February to July, I am almost unavailable all the time. If you see me doing a live, if you see me returning a message during that time, I mean, I'm doing the best I can to do what I do and to keep producing the stuff I'm producing. But I also, one thing that, yeah, you did live, but I didn't get the notification on Discord. I got notified by Boats sending it directly to me in Messenger. So I'm going to have to look at my notifications on Discord later, because don't know if I silenced it or not. But I've kind of resolved myself to the fact that the monetization part of YouTube, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to have. But I'm also like, instead of putting myself under pressure to release a weekly or twice a weekly video, or bi-weekly, gosh, I can't talk tonight. Instead of putting myself under that kind of pressure, I'm just going to make videos when I want to, and if You know, some take off, they do. If some don't, they don't. Yeah, because normally I get every notification on Discord live, so. But anyway, we'll hit that up later. Gary. Gary, man, take care of yourself. I'm going to try and talk to those bullies on the Iron Dog show and see why you keep getting muted. And I'm going to try to, I don't know, hopefully either figure it out or whichever. But yeah, it's kind of like, exactly, Derek. That's what I figured out I have to do. Because I'm getting to where I'm not happy with the videos I'm making. It's like just cookie cutter. I'm slamming them together. I'm not doing the artistic stuff that I kind of want to do because I don't have the patience to do the editing. But I realize a lot of that is pressure I put on myself. And once again, now that I've got a monetized channel, and I've got another one that I'm going to keep going, and I don't care if it ever gets monetized or not. I'm starting to look more and more at things like sponsorships, like for long term for YouTube. An Iron Dog, I saw where you're like accepting sponsors. I'm kind of interested. When we catch up, Iron Dog, remind me to talk to you about the sponsorship because I might like sponsor your live for a month or something. I've been meaning to do something for you, Iron Dog, after all you've done for me. So I was thinking about that. And live, I'm the same way. Like, I go and do a live. I'm going to start calling you Freedom so we don't get the whole words confused. But, like, I sit down and do a live. One, kind of when I feel like it. Two, when I have the time and people are leaving me alone. I cannot do a live when I've got like 50 phone calls coming in. That's what everyone says, go live at 7. Well, a lot of the people that would catch my live are watching Iron Dog at 7. Or they're watching Ariel at 4. My time. So it just kind of works out for me to go on later. And I know a lot of people catch my lives after the fact. And I know some people play my lives playlists. Whether you pay attention or not, you get me the watch time. God bless you people. Love you for that. And I tried to return the favor. I was doing that for Ariel last week, and I stumbled onto one of her playlists, and my God, they had like 52 videos or 47 videos or something, and I was like, ugh. And Derek, that's a great point. You have your own goals for YouTube. I got monetized, and Derek, you helped me through that. You'll always be a brother for that. I made some money for a while. Then it kind of got kicked down. Now I'm hardly making anything. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I like making videos. But take that, I like making videos, and add to it, now make the videos that you really like. Like an example, some of you guys are familiar with Snakes on the Plains. He's a good buddy of mine. I'm always pushing his channel. He stuck with me through some crazy adversity. Crazy adversity. But I've been watching his videos and kind of like, you know, I've thought about doing that, but I've never done it. And it'd take a little extra time. And I'd have to spend an hour editing. But I'd really like the finished product. And so that's why I'm kind of like, you know, Iron Dog taught me that consistency was key. I think that's important. But Iron Dog, and you don't have to comment on this if you don't want to, but I also kind of feel like longevity is a key. Because like a lot of channels I followed, like I followed John Delgado's channel, and it's under the name John Delgado. If you look up John Delgado Rattlesnake, you'll find it. And he like put out a lot of videos for, you know, like 2 or 3 years, and now he's not done one in 5 or 6. And that's what I'm saying. I'd rather keep putting out videos over time. I'd rather go to like one a month versus one a week and be doing it for another 3 or 4 years, because it is indeed something I've enjoyed. And I've had like several YouTube channels in the past. So obviously I like making YouTube videos because I keep coming back to it. And the goal for this time around was to, with the Angry Aatrox, it started out there. It was to have a YouTube that I could upload to for the rest of my life, literally. Because I don't want to, like, make a channel, bang it hard for a year and a half, and then, like, forget the password, lose it all, lose all the this and that and the other. Question from Iron Dog. Why don't you have the ads and super chats turned on for your live stream? Okay. Hey, DEA, thank you for stopping by, but I've not forgot about you. Just been a little scrambling around. Spring herp season. Snake emergence. You know what I'm saying, Andrew? But I don't know. Okay, the ads, I do have the ads turned on for my lives. I do have the ads turned on my lives. I don't do super chats because I don't. The reason being, and I hope Derek's listening. I really do, because Derek's hit me with the same question, and I kind of feel like, while I would appreciate it, a lot of the people that ask me about that, and not you, Iron Dog, and not you, Derek. I'm not throwing this at you, but I've had people. Life Freedom knows some of them. Think about like some of the people that we used to know that like went offline live. They were asking me about super chats. Why don't you turn those on? Turn those on. Turn those on. Okay, I don't want someone donating $5 to me. I just don't. Especially when they're complaining about paying their bills or complaining about the cost of gas. Don't. What you do is, no, I know you would, Derek, and I joined your channel monthly because to me that's a way of sponsoring you. Hey, Fungus Queen. YouTube takes 40% of creator money. Yeah, I know you do, Derek. I know you try to super chat it, everyone. We've had conversations about this, but man, you got to buy the shirt, man. Sorry, oh man, I may get in trouble for that one later, but Derek, I'd rather give you a flat fee of like, okay, Derek's channel's a great example. It's $5.99 a month, I think, for the top supporter or something. It's affordable. Then Derek gets support whether he whether you got the T-shirt or not. And I'm actually meeting up with him this week if all things go well, and we're going to, cover some of that stuff because we've had a lot of stuff building up between me and him. He's kind of off the beaten path right now, but I'd rather pay Derek $5.99 a month and it be a monthly recurring fee than have someone super chat me $2, $5, $10. YouTube take 30% of it or 40% of it. I've heard both numbers. I do not know which one's correct. Iron Dog, you get more super chats than anyone. And I agree. I do agree with what you're saying. People like to see their comments highlighted, and that's why they do it. I totally get that. And maybe I should turn on super chats. But like I would rather you Cash App me or something, or something like that, and me get the majority of the money, which I'm not like I do this for money. Some people do, and I understand that. My friend Sean, that I did a few lives about a while back, they're starting to mess with her YouTube. Super chats take 30%, super stickers, they take 40%. You see, I would rather just do like what Derek has or Iron Dog has, where you join the channel. It's like $2.99 a month or $5.99 a month, some people are overpricing their channels. Like, I follow a guy named Heavy Duty Country, and he's not for everybody in this life. I'll tell you that right now. He's an old rodeo cowboy, and he can be offensive at times. There are some people in this life that would not like him, but like he was doing that for a while because, hey, I'm Team Fungus Queen too. Fungus Queen is awesome. Exactly, Iron Dog. But like, he was like, I'm gonna, go to subscription only on YouTube, and I looked at his levels, and he had like, junior supporter, 18.99 a month. You know, his top tier was like 39.99 a month. I've been following Heavy Duty Country since he started. I loved the guy Iron Dog. I didn't like him mixing it up with Upchurch. I really didn't think that was necessary drama. I kind of thought a lot of us who watch, if you watch Heavy Duty Country, you also might watch Upchurch. And I think Heavy Duty Country is hilarious, as I think Upchurch is hilarious. But it's like, but yeah, exactly, Derek. I mean, I like Heavy Duty Country. His videos are entertaining, they're awesome, and exactly, he's funny and he gets a lot of good points. But I'm not going to pay 19.99 a month to watch his videos. I'm just not. And I think he's had some viewership fall off because of the drama between him and Upchurch. Exactly, Life Freedom. You can for that kind of money, you're getting into, spend two, three times as much and get 300 satellite channels. So that's kind of what I look at. I mean, it's like, now I'm sure his mom is subscribed to that top tier level, probably his dad. Yeah. And guys, I really thank you all for being here tonight, because the gang of cool people that I like, that I need, that I like to hear from, that I know have my back, every single one of you is in this chat. That makes me feel special. That gives me more than a $5 super chat could ever give me. I mean, literally. You don't know. Seeing Fungus Queen show up. I'm rather fond of Fungus Queen. That doesn't mean I'm going to be sending you crazy messages to your Instagram. I reserve that for Lizard Mom. Everybody knows I have like a Lizard Mom and beyond crush. And she hasn't been showing up in my lives. That's kind of messed up too, because like I've got like a long distance internet crush on some chick that ain't in my lives. Fungus Queen. Hey baby. Maybe it's time we look at other pastures. Just kidding. It was a joke. That's why I say people are stupid to just show some videos. Right. And I was talking with the guy from Olympus Reptiles, Iron Dog, this weekend. Do you know who Olympus Reptiles is? His last name I always forget his last name. I don't forget it. I just don't recall it at this hour at night. His name's Matt. He wears the all purple. He's the Kansas State guy. And he does some amazing videos. He's got some rattlesnakes, as well as ball pythons. I watch his rattlesnake videos. I told him, yeah, I met him I hung out with him face to face this last weekend, Derek. We were actually in the same place at the same time. And I was asking him hey, you only sell snakes to your Patreon members. How much is your Patreon? What do you get? And do you get this species and that species? And Matt is a good guy, but Matt also does that. And I love Matt. I love Matt. I mean, like, I was like the first to say, hey man, dude, do you need a beer? I mean, I need a beer and I can't drink one, but I'll buy you one. And, but what I was kind of getting at was, I will join your Patreon when you have these animals available if I want to purchase them. And I would tell Matt this to his face. Obviously, I am if he watches this live. I don't think he watches a lot of my lives. That's okay. I like him anyway. We had a lot of fun together. We had a lot of fun hanging out together. But at the same time, if I joined his Patreon to buy specific animals, I'd probably only join his Patreon for the 2 or 3 or 6 months that he had those animals. Just so to, and I kind of get it, you kind of want to. I see where Patreon or memberships or things like that are a way for some people to vet some things. It's like, because believe me, I've not sold a lot of animals before, but I've sold enough to know that people will say, you have to hold that boa for me. Okay. You're standing in a quick trip parking lot 4 hours later, and they never show up. And they don't message you. You go home, you take your animal, you unpack it, and you say, look, I waited for you 3 hours last night. You never showed up. I got busy. My dog got stuck in the tailpipe, and my hairdryer caught my new hairdo on fire, and I'm sitting there going, like I can't deal with this. So I kind of understand, like, using Patreon or memberships or something as a way to do business with people. So they're kind of already investing in you. I get it. But at the same time, depending on what you're wanting, right, Derek? Depending on what you're wanting, it may or may not be worth your time to do it. And now, like, I would join Matt's channel, or I would join his Patreon. He never did give me a price. Just to be available to buy certain animals at certain times. Once again, it's his business, it's his deal. He can run it the way he wants to, and I've got nothing against it. But at the same time, you just don't want to spend a lot of money on something for something that you're really only going to utilize part of the year. Hey, Craig Donaher, I've been rolling some of your lives. You've been doing some long live streams. I know you're racking up those hours, so I'm trying to help support you. Iron Dog, if you think about it, he has 30,000 subscribers, and you only have 1,000 Patreon members. It's like, I totally understand where you're coming from, Iron Dog. I think because he sells a lot, he only sells to his Patreon members, is what he's told me. Don't know if it's still that way, don't know if anything's changed. But if you watch his channel and you look for the rattlesnake stuff, you know why I'm kind of like inquiring about that stuff. But yeah, you're losing out on viewing revenue. But it makes sense to him. Whatever, it's his channel. Let him. He can do what he wants. And I'm not gonna. I definitely see your point, Iron Dog. But at the same time, I'm not going to judge someone for doing something differently than I would, because at the end of the day, we all kind of have our own little quirks. My quirk about super chats was, and I understand people like to see their comments highlighted, but I was getting super chat requests from people who didn't have the money to super chat me. That was the thing. I would get messages on Discord or on Phoenix when I was on Phoenix. Me and Live Freedom, we go back to the days of Phoenix Social Network, something, whatever. That's where we all met. Or, well, we didn't meet there, but that's where we ended up. And literally, I would have people tell me, hey, I want to support you. And, Oh, okay, Fungus Queen. Man, I'm off tonight. Hey, live feeding ASMR. I thought you were saying. I thought you were saying something you weren't saying. I got you now. I got you now. I've been trying to get caught up on your videos too. Bear with me. Man, I'm like taking everybody wrong tonight. I probably should, no, call it a live here in a minute. But literally, like someone would come home and say, "Oh my God, my son got a GoPro, and they want $5 a month for the app, and I can't afford that." But then they want to give me a $5 super chat, and I'm like, no. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate you thinking about me. I appreciate you supporting my work. Watching my videos start to finish with the volume on is the best support I feel you can give me. Sharing my videos, or when I make one that you really like, don't do it with everyone, because when you share everyone's videos all the time, it just kind of becomes like a mud fest. But like when Derek interviews someone like Cobra Man Ray Hunter, oh, I'm going to get that video out to my people. When he interviews some people that like I really despise, like he did recently, I shouldn't say despise. Hate is such a better word. Uh, but no, I'm not going to share that video out. And exactly, Iron Dog, I feel the same way. What I've been doing is taking people like I've done it with you, Derek. I mean, I'm joking, Derek. You know the conversations we've had, and you know why I'm bent with some people. But man, I know why you're doing what you're doing, Derek, and it's smart. You're getting every corner of the community. I think you're smart. I just, have beef with some people. But but what Iron Dog said to me nails it. Watch the video 100% watch from beginning to end with the volume on. And once again, we found out, I want to say Iron Dog found that out through hand pay, that YouTube knows when you're watching videos on mute and they don't count the watch time. Oh yeah, you do, Derek. And too bad you couldn't drag the fat bastard to your studio out in Kansas so like I could like get a scope on. Shut up, Todd. He is a fat bastard. Anyway. Yeah, and who is HandPay anyway? Like is that like a gambling channel? I've never watched any of his stuff. But but hey man, we're all having fun tonight. This is what I needed, and I love you guys for being here. Got 13 watching. 68 minutes after I started. Wow, this is just great. I should probably go down to doing lives like once a month instead of once a week. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I'm gonna make my YouTube channel about me. I probably will at some point do something different on Rumble that's different from any of my YouTube stuff. Okay, Iron Dog, Handpay Jackbots, a guy who gambles for a living. Did he used to be Drunk Guy Explains? Because that's a guy who I think gambles for a living, and he was all over my Angry Aatrox channel when I first started it. And I don't know, I need to just go watch his videos. But okay, no, there's probably a lot of people who are gambling for a living, especially in Oklahoma. And he may not be in Oklahoma, but we've got people who gamble for a living in Oklahoma. I've got some of them in my family. No, I will not lend you $50. You know, I will give you, $50 if you bring me a Western Diamondback rattlesnake. I'll give you, $50 for that. And you want to talk about gambling? That's real gambling. Hey, Fungus Queen, where do you go in Oklahoma? I'm in the Tulsa area. I know we used to have a lot of people from Texas come up here to gamble. People from Arkansas. I want to say Arkansas is starting to open casinos. I could be wrong. But no, I'm not asking like you to be like super specific or anything, or that I'm going to shut, because like I don't go in casinos generally because I just don't like to gamble. I like to play with venomous snakes. That's like all the gambling I need. YouTube's kind of like Santa Claus. He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Yeah, and half of us don't sleep well and have insomnia, but it's all good. Yeah, Fungus Queen, you're in. Yeah, I want to say you're in the state north of Oklahoma, if I recall. Newkirk. Okay, gotcha. I don't really. I just don't really get into gambling. I don't see the rush. Now, when you start winning, like at slots, you start winning at slots. Okay, I can see how you get a little hooked, but I always try to tap out when I'm winning. Like I don't keep pushing it. Lou B, man, Lou B 747, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who filmed the surfers getting eaten by the great white sharks. Just kidding. The surfers really didn't get eaten, but my God, go watch that video by Lou B. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, Lou, but that video is like, I think I've watched it like 10 times. It's stupid. I mean, it's not, the video's not stupid. It's stupid that like, wow, why can't I get this on video? I haven't even checked the numbers on it, and I meant to do that today. Just got caught up with other things. And also, like the last one you put out, guys, Lou B, field herping legend. He's also very creative with his videos, and he's another example of someone I was talking about that does things that I am starting to figure out I really want to do. And if it takes me longer to produce and edit the video, then so be it. I just I kind of feel like I've been in a cookie cutter for operation for so long that like drop your intro here, drop your ending there, put in 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there, 30 seconds here, 30. Yeah, it's just so much of a formula. I don't feel like I've been able to be creative. Hey, thank you, Iron Dog. Great white sharks versus surfers. If you have not watched this video, it is one of the better ones. And I'm not saying that because Lou is here. I'm not. I have I have shared that video out to a ton of people, and also told a lot of other people in other places to watch it. Hey, Boa Man, need to watch Lou B's most recent video. How you doing, Boa Man? I hope you're well tonight. Yeah, it really is. He's I don't want to give too much away, but he's got these wicked drone shots of things that like no one I know ever films. And but literally I'm kind of taking a page out of Lou's playbook in that I'm trying to, from like this year going forward, I plan on doing more creativity, more stuff that I want to do, more things that kind of, and I think that helps engage the audience to some degree. Now, also, I've heard the opposite side of the coin where people have told me, "Hey, I like your channel because you don't show a lot of yourself. You get right to the animals. I don't come here to see you. I come here to see the animals." I've got those people too. So maybe at some point I hit a balance. I don't know. But what I know is I'm going to make my next YouTube video when I'm good and ready to. And it's going to be the level of creativity that I want it to be. I've got some stuff lined up. I've got some ideas. Been talking to Smet Logic and Snakes on the Plains about them. And Luby, I have not forgot your offer for you to edit one of my videos. I don't know if that's still on the table, and I don't know how I would get the footage to you. You'd probably have to Dropbox it or something, but I'll take you up on that sometime. I'm Actually, Lou B went herping with a guy from San Diego today. A guy named Nathan Hutcherson. Yes. Cool guy. I enjoyed spending some time with him and herping with him. He was telling me about all the stuff that they find out there, like rosy boas and rubers, things like that. And it was a good time. We didn't really find crap because the weather today in Oklahoma was just, it was just that. It was crap. Seriously though, for field herping stuff and with the adventure dynamic worked into it, Luby747, one of the top premier channels on YouTube. Why he is not at 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, I one of nature's great mysteries. I don't know, but like Lou keeps doing what he's doing. He's probably going to go there. Because really, I love the way Lou shows different parts of the world. And I want to say that Alexander Maloff, who I was talking about earlier, I want to say he's in Russia. I want to say one of his videos come up was a suggested video after watching one of your videos, Lou. Because you like herp like Japan and some places like that. And you see some of the same species he sees and things like that. It's kind of interesting. I like seeing, how people herp on the other side of the world. Plus, also, Luby747, he has a video of a Malaysian blue coral snake. I think he's maybe one of 5 people in the world that have actually filmed those things in the wild. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lou. Can't say enough good about it. But yeah, Derek is awesome, even though he owns a rosy boa. Rosy boas, I'm not really into them as far as keeping them, but for a field herb find, that would have to be one of the ultimates. The guy from San Diego, Nathan, that I was talking about, he was telling me that they go to a spot like in Northern California or somewhere and they find rubber boas. And those are those little miniature, like, smallest, boas on the continent, North and South America type snakes. And to me, a rubber boa would be an ultimate find, too. I may kick around those if I make it to Yellowstone. Well, I'm not making it to Yellowstone this year because I found out me and my wife were going to plan a vacation to Yellowstone National Park. We found out there's like a 2-year waiting list to get in there. You just can't go up there and drive through it. You have to sign up, register, get on a waiting list, whatnot. It is what it is. And yeah, he has found snakes with Chris Sweet. I agree. Yeah, and I've heard the same thing, Boa Man. I've had friends who went from Oklahoma to Oregon for the sole purpose of finding rubber boas, and usually they've been successful. And then they come back to Oklahoma and they still went 12 years and haven't found a timber rattlesnake. It's kind of amazing. And then other people I know, you find 5 timber rattlesnakes a night. It's really interesting, and I think that's kind of one thing I like about field herping so much, and that's why I want to keep my channels focused that way as much as possible, because you never know what you're going to find. You never know what's going to happen. In a controlled environment, there's some predictability. Like Mark's Reptiles, I've really been enjoying his channel when I can catch it. I don't watch every single video he makes. And we're supposed to do a live soon on the issue of the roundups. Which, believe me, I will make sure everybody knows about that because that's a very near and dear issue to my heart. Because I'd like to see those things change for the better. And, but But you know, like with his channel, once again, I love him and I love seeing his animals, but there's a certain level of predictability. The cobra's going to be on a hook. The rattlesnake's going to be in its cage. I mean, it's kind of like you can be getting out of your car on a road in Oklahoma or Missouri to film a copperhead, and it can be rare, but like here comes a speckled king snake and chases it down. And you're sitting there filming the whole thing, and you're just like, good gosh. You know, I saw that happen one time in Keystone State Park. Keystone? No, the one over by Wagner. It's not Keystone. I'm trying to think of the name. Wagner, Fort Gibson, Lake Fort Gibson. Sequoia State Park. Sequoia State Park. We were field herping there. This was before I was ever doing field herping video. And actually, it's about 12, 13 years ago. And I watched a speckled king snake stalk and take down a garter snake. Had I had a camera with me, had I had a GoPro or a, Sony or something with me, I would have filmed that. Just anything can happen in the field, and that's why field herping is just the be all end all for me. He's a friend of yours, man. That's cool. He's a really nice guy. I've talked to him a couple of times. He's very, very nice. But but yeah, it's like you never know what you're going to find when you're field herping. And me being an all around nature guy, if you find an armadillo or an opossum, you throw that in there as well. Well, Boa Man, be looking for my upcoming video. I think I'm going to call it Herping with Creeping Things. Because these guys came out here from California and hit Oklahoma, very close to where I live. And that was one of the first things we found was a beautiful, beautiful speckled king. And I found that today. Just couldn't have been happier about it. But anyway, does anyone else have anything going on? Brian Gundy finds tons of rubber boas. Iron Dog, he's got a good spot for him. That's what I've learned. Like, for example, myself and a zookeeper that live over here in the Tulsa area, we spent 10 years trying to find a timber rattlesnake in the wild, not off of recommendations, not taking any tips from anyone. We were tracking down our own timber rattlesnake in our own spot. And we didn't want hey, we found him over there. We were like totally going old school, like totally. We want to isolate the habitat. We want to narrow the habitat down. We want to find the habitat inside the habitat, which is important in field herping. And we want to find our own timber rattlesnake. Later on, it happened for me, kind of on a fluke. It happened for him on a fluke too. I wouldn't say it happened for him on a fluke, but then we had a buddy on the other side of the state over in central Oklahoma, and he was seeing he'd see 4 or 5 timber rattlesnakes a night this time of the year. And he was new to herping, and I'm sitting there going, how is this guy who is new to field herping finding something that I've been looking for forever? Well, it turns out he lives across the street from a den site. So a lot of it is knowing where the spots are or being close to the spots, because one of the areas that I worked on for years was an area south of town. There's actually a timber rattlesnake den there, and I hiked it every year for 6 years. Never saw timber there. And then one time we were there on the right day, we saw 3 or 4 in the same day. Pretty amazing experience. But but anyway, sometimes just people get lucky with some things. I, for the life of me, to this day, cannot flip an eastern Oklahoma, an eastern milk, or not an eastern, a western milk snake or a red milk snake. Taxonomy on those is kind of changing, going all over the place. So I'm not going to get specific. Now, I've been with my buddy Kevin I harp with, and I took one rock and found a ringneck under it, and he took the next rock over and found a milk. I know how to isolate the habitat. It's just not happened for me yet. And I'm someone who's been herping his entire life. Earlier this week, you might have saw this on Instagram, he double flipped 2 scarlet snakes. Now, if you're in the southeast part, like if you're over in Georgia, Alabama, places like that, scarlet snakes, from what I understand, are more abundant, more common, and more often seen. They're only in a small section of Oklahoma, and they're super hard. Generally only active 2 to 3 weeks of the year. And they're everybody's unicorn snake, so to speak. They look like milk snakes, but they're not. And he double flipped. He flipped a rock, and 2 scarlet snakes were under that. I shared that to my story earlier in Instagram this week, and it was good stuff. It was good stuff. That was he was on a high from that. Yeah, and an iron dog. This is an animal that you can road cruise, but you've got to be out there like at just the right time, and you'll maybe have 4 to 8 good nights a year for scarlet snakes in their very limited habitat in central Oklahoma. I've got a video of one where my buddy Jubal found one. I didn't find it, he found it. I make that very clear in the video, not claiming it as my find. But it's just like literally, they are not active here. Kind of like Graham's crayfish snakes. You almost never see them past the first, month of spring. You see a Graham's crayfish snake in the summer, it's kind of an odd deal. They're still there, I mean, but they just go underwater, burrow back up, and wait for crayfish to molt or whatever, and you just don't see them. So for him to get that double flip was pretty cool. I don't count something as a find or mark it off my lifer list until I find it myself without help. Now, sometimes if I use things like range maps, yeah. Oh, yeah. Use range maps. And sometimes depending on the person, I have used INAT observations before, because depending on the person and their level of credibility, anyone can post anything. I could take a picture of a king cobra at the Oklahoma City Zoo and post it and pin it to Derek's Reptiles backyard in Kansas. I could do that. And I think some people do stuff like that. Hey, Jay. Good to see you, man. I'm probably gonna be around after I kill this live, which is not too much longer. So I'm glad you stopped in. I sent you a message earlier. Did you get it? Yeah, Bowman. They're native to. Did you check your IG? Check your IG. Book. Because I sent a couple messages earlier. But Bowman, same thing here. They're native to our state, but they're in like this handful of counties. They're in like 4 counties. And you just have to either be flipping rocks at the right time and flip the right rock, or you have to catch them when they're on the move. We all know that scarlet snakes out here, at least the westerns, I think there's a difference between Western and Eastern. They they primarily eat reptile eggs, and I want to say lizard eggs. I want to say that's their deal. And so they spend a lot of their lives underground. They don't go out and hunt rodents like other snakes, and so there's not many encounters. It seems like they get found, excuse me, a lot more often in the southeastern United States. So, excuse me, bear with me. Gotcha. I'll follow up after this. Because, man, I've been thinking about you, dude. You've been on my heart. I've been wanting to get to you. I started this whole live off an hour and a half ago by just saying things have been bonkers and crazy. And I know that it has been in your world too, but I'm definitely thinking about you. But anyway, certain things are just easier to find certain places. I know people, struggle to find something on this side of the state, and then you go to central Oklahoma or western Oklahoma, and they, come across 5 of them. Don't know exactly. I kind of sort of know how it works, but a buddy of mine named Chad always said, time is the great equalizer. And what he meant by that is the more time you spend in the field, the better luck you're going to have. The more time you're out there, the more you're going to find. The more time you're out there, the more you're going to see. Field herping is a very time-consuming hobby, especially this time of the year when stuff is moving. You want to be out there. Bowman, I wouldn't say that. I kind of like milk snakes in the ones we have out here. The ones we have out here in Oklahoma and like Missouri and Illinois, I really like those milk snakes a lot more than the Easterns. I've seen some Easterns up in Pennsylvania. They're pretty cool, but they're that brownish color. I kind of like the more Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and Colorado ones. The Colorado ones are the best, those high whites. Do I ever find any snakes behind tree bark? Yes, I do. A lot of times it's kind of a fluke. Are you talking about tree bark on a tree, Iron Dog? Okay. What you normally find there are things like rough green snakes that are dipping under some tree bark to get out of the cold. I found decayed brown snakes before in trees behind like part of tree bark. And I was out with one of the kids from the Tulsa Herp Club one time, and he was like actually shining his flashlight down all this tree bark, and we're kind of like, "Hey, dude, you're wasting your time." No, sure enough, he found some stuff that way. And some stuff that normally you don't find in trees. Now, rat snakes will be found in tree bark all the dadgum time, especially the juvies. They'll climb up a tree, and to some degree, copperheads. You'll find copperheads behind tree barks at certain times of the year. Tree bark on the ground is amazing ground cover for them. You just I won't say I will flip more tree bark than I will tin. I'll definitely flip more tree bark than I will rocks. But then again, it's lighter, it's easier, you don't kill your back. I flipped maybe like 35 rocks today. And I'm like, my back is hurting, my shoulders are hurting. Nathan, who I was with, not Snakes on the Plants Nathan Creeping Things Nathan, him and his friend and his kid, they probably flipped about 75 rocks each. And we maybe found 11 snakes total, probably about 5 lizards, a couple toads, centipede, a black widow. We found like 25 different bark scorpions. Rat snakes are notorious for hiding in tree bark, Boa Man. You've got that right. But gang, I really, this is one of the longer lives I've done. I'm at like 95 minutes. I want to say thank you for stopping by. My voice is starting to go. I'm going to have to make another phone call or two tonight before I go to bed. It's not going to be much longer. Trust me. Really had a lot of fun tonight. I needed this live. I needed you guys. I needed the people in chat to show up tonight because you guys are the cool ones. Not trying to bash anyone that like normally hits my lives not here tonight, but you guys are the ones that get me laughing and help me get my mind off things. So Iron Dog, gonna be seeing you soon. Man, if I just have to like show up uninvited, I'm gonna be seeing you soon. You know what I'm saying? I'll be over at Grant's 5:30 Tuesday. Don't know if you'll be around. Stop by if you will. And also, Iron Dog, keep your eye open for if anyone's selling any extra tanks and lids. I'm kind of looking to snag a few of those. If you just know someone local, I'm not trying to like order something. And I sure as heck don't want to pay new retail prices. But Ariel, so great to have you back on YouTube. I know you got sick and was down for a while, but it's good. It's good to take a break. It really is. And once again, like I said, I think this year's theme going forward is I'm going to make the video I want to make. If it takes 2 months, it takes 2 months. If it doesn't satisfy the algorithm, oh well, hell with it. Bowman, thank you for stopping by. Homestead Aquarius, always good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Book versus book, glad to see you, man. Tried to get a hold of you earlier, and I bet you were conked out because I know you've had a rough week. Fungus Queen, good to see you in here. Derek's Reptiles, you're okay. You're okay, Derek. I mean, you know, good to see you, Derek. You know I love you. Lou B, thank you for stopping in. Always an honor when you catch one of my lives. I always treat it as an honor because you're just the undisputed king of the highly entertaining Field Herp video, and it's usually something no one else ever gets. Roll back through chat real quick. ASMR, live feeding ASMR. I still don't know what ASMR is. I don't know that I want to know. I'll look it up on Wikipedia. Life Freedom, thank you for the lives. Good stuff you've been doing, man. Not all of my supporters would be into it, but some of them would find it quite interesting. DEA, thank you for stopping by. I know you had to duck out. Craig Donaher. Dude's got some amazing fish videos. Go check him out if you get a chance. Fungus Queen, thank you again. Let's go play slots sometimes. Ariel, thank you for all you do. You know what you do, and hopefully you know what I do. Solo, thank you for stopping by. Mr. J, thank you for stopping by. Mr. Gary Kelshaw, guys, let's keep Gary in our thoughts. It's kind of a little disturbing. I won't say disturbing. It's kind of a little off. It caught me off guard to just drop that out in a live, but we'll be thinking about Gary. Morbid Retics, love having you here. But my voice is about shot, so I'm going to end it here. And did Moon pop in? Moon over in Miami, did you pop in? Moon, you pop in. I'm getting ready to kill it. That's okay. I'm glad you stopped by. Always enjoy having you around, Moon. You're quite entertaining. I'm glad you're here. But I am going to kill it for tonight. And thank you guys. It was good to be back and do a regular live and kind of get myself back in the groove of doing things. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for rolling my playlist. Love you guys. Seriously. Hit me up on IG if you had any questions about this, because it's going to take me a while to get the comments turned on. Craig Donaher, you have a good night. You watch some catfish now. I've been watching them too. Good stuff. Gang, I will hit you guys later. Peace.